Good day, everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Star Trek Online. My name is Umbaglo, and with me once again is...
Megalomaniac, hello internet.
Good day. So last time we finished off the normal storyline for Delta Rising.
Yep.
And now we're going to carry on with the next step, the new mission, which actually was just added this week.
It was very convenient timing. It's very nice of them to acknowledge that they're watching our LP and wanting to give us a new mission to do
Yeah,
immediately after finishing everything else.
yeah,
They
interesting.
totally don't watch this too bad.
No, they probably don't.
Okay.
But that's okay.
Yeah.
Or maybe they do. I don't know. No one's ever said anything. Anyway, yeah. So the last mission that we did, we found Empress Sela and have arrested her to be put on trial for her crimes against the universe. So this week we start with. I actually already played this, so the mission simulator.
I haven't.
Yeah. This mission starts with a call from Lieutenant Van Zyl. She's apparently on leave, and she
Lieutenant Commander, thank you.
Yes, right, Lieutenant Commander. Picked up some
Lieutenant.
some weird energy readings, and has needs some assistance. There should also be mentioned that if folks who've been watching this haven't been keeping up with the stuff that's been put onto the site, another piece that has that they like a blog post that they put up to coincide with this as well is that apparently en route to being brought before the court, Sela vanishes.
Yes. She was beamed away. Also, I just want to really quickly shout out to this guy right here. I don't know if you can see him. Bridger in the Sequest.
Oh,
He's
nice.
in the Zindiacotic carrier.
Nice.
That is brilliant. I applaud him.
That is a great choice.
And it kind of looks like the Sequest.
It does actually kind of look like the Sequest.
I never realized that before. Anyway, yeah. Sela
has
ran
escaped.
away. Escaped custody.
The captains at this point may not necessarily know this, because it's supposedly very sudden. But you, the player, would have, if you've been following the stuff on the site,
The blog club.
Yep.
So here's a question: do we do this together, or is it a solo mission?
It should be together.
Gasp!
Yep, there you are.
First one of these in a while, but not bad.
Alright, so her shuttle is under attack, so we better give her a hand. It's under attack by a freighter of some kind. Oh, and there's some warbirds. Okay. Yeah, so while we're doing this, there's also a few things that came out this week. Cryptic actually gave some of the details on what the pilot bridge officer abilities are going to be. And some of them actually seem really neat. I'm definitely looking forward to playing around with them a little bit. But that's also going to depend on whether they're going to basically give people a freebie pilot bridge officer like they did with command and intelligence. They may not, but if they do, it'd be nice. I can go over here, just a few of them here. Alright, so you can ask a bunch of questions like, why is she here? And she basically just says, yeah, she had some leave, so she needed to take it. So looking at actually the blog post, some of the interesting ones, a new attack pattern. Oh, hey, look, it's our good friend Gaius, who happens to be on that freighter for some reason. He is also talking kind of weird.
vessel against outside.
Talking like a robot.
Yeah. Well, we'd better go over there and find out, or actually, we'll go down to the Hobus facility and find out what's going on here.
Suspicious.
Yeah. Yeah, so they got a new attack pattern, which increases accuracy while reducing the subsystem costs of your weapons. And the reason they say subsystem costs is because there actually are some weapons in the game which take their power from other than your weapons.
Yeah, the Vesta has aux cannons.
The Vesta has aux cannons,
that's the main one.
There's someone who has engine cannons, but I can't remember who.
Yeah, if I recall, isn't one of the things, one of the other bridge officer abilities to make your weapons run off engines for a time?
Yep. Reroute reserves to weapons. While active, weapon activation will not drain power from your weapon subsystem. Instead, every shot will drain a small amount of power from your engines. But if I remember correctly, there is also a weapon, a space weapon that takes its energy from engines as well. But as well, like just saying, saying specifically that there's that it, like not tying it to any specific subsystem, also gives them leeway in case they were to later on add, weapons that take from shields instead of from weapons, stuff like that.
Force field lasers.
Yeah,
This can never resist that.
There's one: form up. Targets a nearby ally and warp your ship into formation with them. You and that ally gain a bonus to damage as long as you stay close to each other.
Must be trying to gain access to the gateway.
But the one pilot ability which I am absolutely fascinated by is lock trajectory, which zeroes out your inertia, but while giving you a dramatic turn rate increase, which means. So what inertia does is the lower your inertia, how to put this, the more likely you will slide as you turn, let's just say. So by zeroing out your inertia and then giving you a massive turn rate increase, that means that you can, on larger ships, probably not quite so much on the escorts, but probably can as well, turn your ship to like a full 90-degree angle and still continue traveling in your original trajectory. So basically you can strafe in space now.
Yep. That sounds hilarious.
It sounds awesome. And if I get a pilot, if I actually start flying a pilot ship, that is one of the abilities I'm going to use. There's a bunch of interesting ones, like coolant injection, which is basically another eject warp plasma, except this one, it is a dual effect one, whereas it will slow enemies for a short period of time, and then it will ignite the coolant, which will cause anyone who was in that in the coolant to take a very significant amount of damage. So there's some neat stuff there. Cryptic.
That one actually in particular reminded me of the thing Riker did in Insurrection.
Okay.
The heat baits. It's basically kind of eject warp plasma, but like they ignited it afterwards.
It's the matron gas.
Dude up. Yeah.
Yeah, in fact, that ability is already in the game as a console.
Not surprising.
I can't remember which ship has it. I know it's not the Sovereign. It's a lower.
No, the Sovereign had the Sovereign special thing was like that torpedo.
Yeah. Yes. This one of the Sovereign special abilities is the wide angle torpedo. But there is a ship in the game that has the matron gas canister as a console, and it does.
It's probably a science one.
I don't think it's science. I will.
You'll annotate it.
I will make sure to add it here because I just can't remember it offhand. But I will.
So again, the
sure.
audience will know before, while we still actually question it.
Yeah. So, in addition to revealing some of the new bridge officer abilities, Cryptic also had some things to say this week about some of the new Qs, or at least let me rephrase that. Have some things to say about Qs in general. They announced another new space Q, which this one sounds kind of interesting as well. It's going to be in association with the ground one that they announced, and it looks like it's basically going to be. I would say
Kronos, go help.
Yeah, well, from the looks of things, it's you are providing support for the shuttles that are coming to land on Kronos to fight the invaders.
Hey, so look who it is.
Hey, look.
Let's try to capture her again.
We're going to capture her. And she just surrenders.
That's it.
And she says that, oh, well, yes, I can fix Gaius. And how to use the gateway. So it's just like, oh, come on. Oh, but thankfully this gateway has been through like the 3 or so times people have come through here. The gateway has finally been destroyed beyond use.
By people, we mean us.
Yes, when I was playing through this mission myself for the first time, I was actually fascinated by the fact that this specific base, this is like the 3rd or 4th time that you as a player will have come to it if you've done all the storylines. Because you don't come here anymore in the Federation storyline. You used to come here. You come here during the Romulan storyline, and now you come here once again to capture Sayla.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here we go. So now that we've actually captured Sayla, Admiral Quinn is contacting us to say, like, hey, why aren't you on your ship? We need to capture Sayla.
What's your status?
No, please.
We've received word that Sayla
Convenient.
has escaped from Republic custody and that she was last seen in Devron. Republic intelligence thinks she has some kind of information about the
So he says, like, you know what? Just let her do what she wants for a little bit. That's fine.
Well. Keep your friends close and your enemies closer.
Yeah, so
So
she,
everyone's like, whatever.
yeah, so she insists that we go to her transport. We can say, like, why don't we come to our ship? In fact, I want to see what she says on that one, because I did the other one.
Don't worry. It makes no difference to me. If you don't like my terms,
Oh.
I'll simply order guys to... Besides, what are you going to do? Put me in the brig?
Yeah, she's like, whatever.
Suppose we don't have much
What'd you do?
If you say, why don't we do it on our ship, she's like, alright, I'll just tell guys to self-destruct the transport. And we're like, fine. But yeah, the new space mission kind of sounds like it's a rehash of one of the ones that was released with the Solanae sphere, where you're helping to take over one of the stations in the sphere.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've ever done that one. It's kind of an alright mission. I kind of enjoyed it. But in addition to that, here you can ask, like, what did she do to Gaius? And she basically just says, yeah, she's very skilled with not only is she very skilled with brainwashing, but they are very skilled with Borg tech, so they just used the both of them to mess around with his implants.
All hail to the Hypnotoad.
There is an interesting reference here, though, to the Romulan storyline, which I thought was kind of neat. Now she's saying we can get to an Iconian staging sphere, because yes, they have another Dyson sphere that they're using to consolidate their forces for the upcoming invasion.
However, I know
Right, so let's get their
My
ship.
engineers report
Let's get the
they're
ship
having
working,
trouble
and
with engine
oops,
power
they're having troubles with the engine
Usually
because we
most
shot it up.
damage to my ship. Unrelated systems keep failing in no discernible pattern. This freighter was owned by loyal Romulan Imperial officers and citizens who realized that a lone freighter would be easy prey for any space.
You think she'd want to take our ships because we have like fully armed battle cruisers.
Yeah.
And this is like a crappy freighter.
There, well, there we go. We're finally trying to get guys out of it, so we'll send them to sickbay and hope that they can fix them up. So, in addition to announcing that new queued mission, Cryptic also announced some changes that they're currently planning on doing for the advanced missions. Oh, this one's kind of interesting. So you need to basically delegate. This part of the mission is very fascinating because it is you finally acknowledging that you have subordinates. This was interesting for me because each one of these things that you need to get done has a specific niche. So, one is science focused, one is science focused, one is tactical focused, and one is engineering focused. Okay, so yeah, this is if you remember the bomb defusal from Kabali Prime, we are now doing this again. But yeah, so one of the tasks is for each of the three types of bridge officers. Mm-hmm. For me, my actual bridge officer layout is myself as an engineer, Naylan as my science, and 3 tacticals. Somehow I managed to still get the achievement for giving the right job to everyone. Even though I didn't actually have an engineer bridge officer. But yeah, like that. The name of that achievement as well is very interesting. I don't know if you managed to get it, Mecca.
The Admiral doesn't get hands dirty.
That's right.
Yep, I got it because you have Neelan, I have Lisa, and an engineer.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know how to get to that bomb.
Oh, it's underneath.
Oh.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So yeah,
it's like 3 dimensions.
Okay. I'll let you finish off. I think there's going to be one more bomb after this. I'll let you finish off the bombs while I talk about this change. So they're testing a change to. Did it actually clear that bomb?
I don't know.
Doesn't look like it did. So they're currently testing.
I can't do anything with it. So.
Oh, maybe because I started, I need to finish it. All right.
Possibly.
I'll disarm the bomb.
I'm still seeing a red circle like there's no bomb.
Okay, no, that's because. Okay, there you go.
I shouldn't need to remind you.
Right. Yeah. So you know how the bomb disposal stuff works, right?
Yeah. Apparently.
Or not.
No, I know how it works. It just didn't work.
All right. So yes. So they're testing a change to the advanced PvE queues, and they started this test by updating Azure Nebula Rescue.
There we go.
Which is nice because Azure Nebula Rescue is actually one of my favorite queues. So any excuse to do more Azure Nebula Rescue is, yeah, you can't actually walk into the circle. It's
fine.
You get the you see the red band that's around the yellow circle.
No. Okay, now it's showing up.
Yeah.
There we go.
If you stand around there, that's where it actually starts to give you the prompt. So there's two main differences. There's two main changes that they've made for Azure Nebula Rescue. The first is that they are now tying the rewards that you get directly to the points that you get. So a 1-point ship is now worth 1 mark. A 5-point ship is now worth 5 marks. Stuff like that.
Yay.
The other major thing that they're doing, however, is they are walking back from their change to... so they had the setup where when they made all this...
You can't fail advanced queues anymore.
Well, they made it harder to fail outright. Yeah. Okay, so there's... Oh. Huh. Okay. When I did this myself, he actually popped up as an enemy, and I had to shoot him. And it's this time he just straight up surrendered. But yeah, so when they updated normal, advanced, and elite for Delta Rising, they made a structure where normal would have optional objectives, which would give you bonus rewards for clearing them. And someone just shot him. Alright. But when you went to advanced, those optional objectives would become required objectives, and then you get a different set of optional objectives. What Cryptic is currently testing is making it so that the optionals are still optionals at the higher tiers. It's just that they now give more rewards and are a little bit harder to achieve instead of what they were before.
Azure Nebula Rescues, if I remember, like you had to free so many ships within 30 seconds or something like that, or a minute.
Yes, so what they've...
Not easy to, but it was possible to do, but you had to be coordinated.
Yeah,
So
another thing about that as well is...
I understand you've captured a saboteur.
So Sayla wants to execute the saboteur, and we're saying,
No.
no, we're taking him into custody ourselves.
We need to find a working...
She's doesn't know where to find an Iconian gate, and we're going to say, actually, we
kind of do.
We kind of know one. Yeah, back in the Nopada system. I don't know if... You probably don't recognize that name by itself, but you probably will remember based on this discussion. But yeah, for Azure Nebula Rescue, because this is the one that they're testing, the way the reward structure now is, each point worth of ships is 1 mark. The optional mission is now a 2-part mission, which is to rescue 10 points worth of ships in 5 minutes, and if you can, or in 4 minutes. So actually no, that's 2 different objectives. So at the start of it, you'll get a optional to get to rescue 10 points worth of ships in 5 minutes, and then about halfway through the mission, you'll get a second optional to rescue 10 points in 4 minutes. Yeah, so it's clearly Tal Shiar, because the Star Navy wouldn't have bothered to protect around here.
Yeah.
The Tal Shiar must be used in Hakiv's old base.
Yeah, well, this is what we think of them.
Yeah. And the new failure condition, what was also a failure condition before, was if you don't manage to rescue anyone at all, then clearly the mission has failed.
Yeah, but you have to really, really suck to not rescue anything.
Azure, getting no rescues in Azure Nebula Rescue means that your team is terrible.
It means you're not trying.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't know if I've
maybe
done
not on Elite, but on the lesser difficulties, it means you're not trying.
Yeah, I don't know if I've done a video on Azure Nebula Rescue, but
we haven't yet.
Yeah, I really should, because it's a nice mission. I actually really enjoy it. It is a fun, easy mission to do.
Yeah, it's quick.
Yeah, it's... Well, I wouldn't necessarily say it's quick. It's about as long as...
It's like... It's a set time limit. I think it's like...
Yeah, it's 15
10 minutes.
I think it's 15.
Maybe.
Oh, whatever.
Still, I mean, it's still fairly quick.
Yeah. Cryptic has said that
I've had crystalline anti-events that last a while.
Yeah.
Mostly because that thing can heal itself.
But yeah, so Cryptic has said that they're amenable to making these same type of changes to Elite, but we'll see about that. If this is something that they keep, like they keep this structure for other advances, like my biggest problem with the advanced missions right now is in fact that some of those optionals are a little too tight per se. Like for example, I've tried to do advanced Borg disconnected quite a few times, and anyway, we haven't done a video on Borg disconnected, but anyone who's played Delta Rising has probably done that mission more than a few times. Advanced Borg disconnected makes the optionals, which are to rescue like 15 ships each wave. The problem with that one is that you can rescue. Basically, it actually, because of the way the ships spawn.
Yeah, you can basically fail because the ships don't spawn quickly enough.
You can basically fail because you're actually doing too good. So, that's the main reason why I don't like doing advanced, which is also why it's very hard to get the ancient power cells for the secondary currency. So looks like they found some kind of hidden passageway, but they don't know how to get into it.
Yeah, they mentioned that cube was so secretive the board couldn't break its security locks.
And they're hoping that they get pulled out because there's no point in defending such a out-of-the-way, useless area.
Also because I'm going to show up and kill them all.
Yeah.
And they knew it.
Yeah, pretty much. So I do hope that that they take this change forward, because yes, I want the advance to be more challenging. Actually, here's kind of how I would like to have the structure kind of be. I would kind of like it if normal's the level 50 version, so everything is scaled to as if it was level 50. What does that one talk about again? Because I didn't get to actually read it.
The log?
Yeah.
They hate this planet.
Oh, yeah, pretty much. Probably the way I would like to have the structure work is that normal is the level 50 version, so it's intended for not max level captains. Advanced is normal, except it's scaled to level 60, so it's for max level. And then elite is not only is it scaled for like high-end level 60 characters, but it also has additional tasks to make it more challenging. So this is that passageway that they were detecting, but they don't know how to get in. So we'll just go back to the office and investigate it more. And
clearly they didn't look at the big glowy thing.
Yeah, and it kind of looks like Cryptic is sort of leaning towards that as well with what they're saying in this one blog post. So we couldn't convince the computer to let us through, but Sayla just uses her back door to override all the systems. And now we'll head back and go into Keith's lab.
I'm glad they didn't make it like something any of us could have done, at least.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking when I got into this mission. Like, that it was going to be like, we're going to come here and we're going to have to do some kind of silly association puzzle or doing some more math and be like,
yeah,
man, like,
Tel Shiar are idiots.
Tel Shiar are dumb. So yeah, so people will remember this room.
Yeah, so we escaped the arena.
Yeah. Okay. If you walk over to the door to the actual arena, your captain will reminisce about what happened. There isn't an achievement for it, though.
Aww.
Actually, I didn't bother to look to see if anyone's seen any. There we go. Yeah, there's also that those gates were completely destroyed, so apparently the Tal Shiar must have fixed them up. Which is weird, because the Tal Shiar also said they couldn't get back here.
Maybe he fixed them up?
Or maybe they just meant that...
I mean, to be fair, they couldn't have gone through the arena either.
Yeah, they probably could. They probably did know how to get to the arena, because it's not like the arena itself was in a secret location. Oh dear.
I'm shocked. Except they pulled this exact twist with what's his face.
You should be more careful about
Oh, you mean our good buddy?
Cooper.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about the Riemann. Except this time it's it's one of the neuroparasites, not actually a shapeshifter.
Oh. That's kind of sad.
Yeah.
Oh, she's alive.
Yeah.
Okay.
She is actually okay. Only, in fact, in this case, it's pretty much only because she's a Trill.
How does that?
So
there's 2 parasites in her.
Actually, she is not joined.
Oh, okay.
If I remember correctly, they actually do call it out later that she is not joined, so that's why she's okay.
Okay.
So I was actually looking this up a while ago, and there actually is some association between the bluegills and the troll symbiotes, and something about the two of them can coexist, but it is really bad for the symbiote.
Generally, having another parasite on you is bad for the one parasite.
But it's not exactly what. Oh,
just have casuals say, "Oh, good, we're not stuck here."
Yeah. Well, I mean, she's jumped through a number of Iconian gates.
Hey, it's Terrace.
Yeah. Another good friend. She's jumped. I'm sure she and us have jumped through a number of Iconian gateways that have not had an Iconian gateway on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
Like, actually, the last time we used that exact gateway, we jumped through and ended up on. Actually, we jumped through and ended up on Hakiv's ship, if I remember correctly.
I think so.
What was I gonna say? Yeah, it's the bluegill's history is not exactly canon, but some of the some of the other like non-canon explanations suggest that they are actually.
Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, suggest that they're actually a like a modification or an evolution or a mutation of the actual Trill symbiote. But like that's not actually official. Regardless, there is some real shared history between the bluegills and the Trill, which is why she will actually turn out to be somewhat okay after all this. They do specifically call this out in the mission, though. Like once we're done here, there's gonna be a little bit saying that she will recover.
Now, does it explain how she's able to survive all of this firing phasers and grenades at her?
How everyone does. I mean, we shot up Sayla, and she's okay. We shot up Terrace like 2 or 3 times now, and she's okay. So,
yeah, that's true.
This has a great comment
Tyrus must have overloaded.
And you will probably recognize the reference.
She's turned this room from a plastic
Yep.
death trap. Who even builds rooms like this into a
Galaxy Quest reference.
Yeah. So, this is actually not difficult either. It's minorly mazy, only because those jets will also kill you. So you gotta run through to disable the jets. Then once you've disabled the jets, you can run all the way around entirely and disable the beams and shields themselves.
So, I was playing Zelda the other week. Just throwing that out there, and that was bringing back some memories. Ocarina of Time specifically.
Yeah. But yeah, I really like that reference to Galaxy Quest.
You don't understand. I didn't seek them out.
So now we got the
I needed them to save us.
the differences between why Terrace and Sayla both contacted the Iconians.
Yeah. I kind of want to look up the original episode with Terrace and see if she did sound that deep.
creature. Iconians aren't interested in saving anything. Nor could they.
We have to get out of here. It's not safe anymore. They're coming.
I guess you'd better go.
Whoops.
If you had only known, Taurus, the Iconians can't travel through time. It destroys their minds.
And then when I saw,
How does she know that?
Fear just jumped.
that is a very good question as well. But I thought when I first saw her model pull out that disruptor, I thought she was going to do the overkill thing of then shooting Terrace while she's falling.
Time to go.
Yeah, so as Sayla had just mentioned, and now as you can clearly see, even though we are in the inside of a Dyson sphere, and thus technically there's not supposed to be night because that's a sun out there that we can't see, that's because that is all ships. The entire inside of the Dyson sphere, or at least between us and the sun at the center of it, is so full of ships that the light
It
from the
blocks
sun
out the sun.
it has blocked out the sun. So we need to
How absurd.
yeah, so we can then ask her wait, why can't the Iconians travel through time? And it's
Iconian minds aren't
it's interesting.
tangled with chronoton states.
Basically, the way that their minds work in order to make it easy for them to jump between the gates, like to use the gates the way they do, their minds are basically tied to time itself. So if they were to start shifting through time, it actually causes them to lose memories.
Like I said, they can't go back north in time like we can. Like it's something we can just casually do on a Thursday.
Well, you know, it's Star Trek. They kind of do every now and then.
Oh, come on, really? How many times have we gone back in time in this series game?
Gone
like 7.
Gone back in time? 3 times?
Yes.
Because we went back for the Guardian of Forever.
Mm-hmm.
We went back with Q, although that was retcon to not happen.
We went back twice with the Davidians.
Yes, we went back twice with the Davidians.
Did you feel that? The sphere just jumped.
I think that was it.
The Iconian invasion.
Because the other times that there's been time shenanigans have not it's not actually been us going back in time. Like for Temporal Ambassador is time shenanigans, but we didn't actually go back in time.
No.
We went to an alternate timeline.
With her mommy.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Is it boss fight time?
It's pretty much a boss fight.
It's a herald.
So, this guy, the Herald, this is the race that the the first announced Space Q is against, and these are the guys that you were actually referring to last week. The ones from that one episode.
Oh, the dudes who kidnap people and then.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, that is what the blog for the Q'd mission actually does state. But they are people we're going to see more details of come season 10.
They look pretty gnarly.
Yeah, because I'm actually pretty sure that these heralds are the actual guys we're actually going to be fighting in season 10. We're not. Like, if we see an Iconian in season 10, it's going to be kind of impressive. The odds are we might see a Iconian, if any, and it will be primarily these heralds.
I don't think we're strong enough to fight the Iconians yet. These dudes can one shot us.
Yeah, pretty much.
With an area effect attack.
Alright, so we're going to jump through while Sayla keeps the gates stable. And then not come back. Anyway, yeah, so here you can ask how Van Zale is, and she basically says that, yeah, the Trill physiology is designed to deal with these types of symbiotes. And it specifically says that because Van Zale wasn't joined, that's why the Blue Gill could take her over.
Mm.
Alright, so we'll say... Okay, yeah. So we can beam back up to our ship.
And go to Iconia.
Yep. And this is interesting because...
That's Dyson Sphere.
That Dyson Sphere we were just on has now teleported itself just outside the Iconia system.
That's promising.
Yeah, so that means that there are actually now 2 Dyson Spheres in the Beta quadrant.
Yes.
I think that's the side we're on right now. I'm going to pull up the map.
I think it's Beta.
Yep. So there are currently 2 Dyson Spheres in the Beta quadrant and 1 in the Delta quadrant that we know of. So that's interesting. But yeah, so that's the lead-up mission for Season 10. The Iconian Dyson Sphere... Well, this Dyson Sphere, which the Iconians are using as a staging area, has just warped into position just outside the Iconia system, and they are planning to begin their invasion. The people that are using that Dyson Sphere are masters of the Iconian Gateway system, and are able to use this sphere to warp their forces pretty much anywhere. And
that's comforting.
That's the people we're going to be fighting come Season 10. Coming soon, probably... actually, you know what? That Delta recruitment thing, Season 10 is probably going to be launching shortly after that ends. Because if
that'd
the
be
whole
a while.
If the whole point it starts next week.
Yeah, it's supposed to go 8 weeks, isn't it?
Actually, yeah, it probably does. So, let's see. Yeah, I don't see right away, but yeah, it's 6 to 8 weeks. So, because of what the point of the Delta recruitment campaign is, I think it's actually going to be somewhat unlikely that they're going to launch Season 10. In other words, the war against the Iconians before the Delta recruitment thing ends.
Mm-hmm. No, we'll see.
We'll see.
There might be some more lead-up missions or something, though.
Yeah, that'd be nice. I would imagine that they'd want to have at least a few things as additional story-ish to go with the Delta recruitment stuff as well. That would make a lot of sense. In any case, that'll be it for us for this week. Also, I should mention that this mission does have its own set that is releasing 1 week at a time. So this week, the item is
armor.
Is ground armor, which is actually kind of pretty nice looking ground armor, and the full set has some nice bonuses. I'll talk about that later. So the next one next week is the personal shield, which
that's a question I have.
What's that?
It has a visual.
Oh, I bet it does.
Who's Keith?
I don't know. How did that?
Okay.
I'm not entirely.
Huh.
Okay, that's strange. We had that issue in a previous episode or something, or as we were. No, it was while we were preparing for an episode.
Yeah.
So it's something weird with our team settings. In any case, yes. So, So this week is a pretty nice looking armor. Next week is a fairly nice looking shield. And then the week after that is a kit. But you can't see the stats for the kit, unfortunately, so I don't know what it's going to be. So we will soon find out. The 2-piece bonus is kind of interesting. It's gives you bonus... what was it? It gives you... bonus energy damage... energy damage resistance while you're aiming, and bonus critical severity while crouching. So it's kind of like it's kind of like a more offensive version of the Solanae Dyson Sphere set.
Mm-hmm.
And then the 3-piece bonus gives a shield, heal, and damage reduction buff to your team whenever you take damage while your shields are depleted. So, kind of interesting set.
Yeah.
The unfortunate thing, though, is that because the 3rd piece is a kit, it means that the 3-piece set can only be used by a captain, not by a bridge officer.
That's okay.
That's okay. Anyway, though, that'll be it for us for this week. I'd like to thank everyone for watching, and we hope to see you all next time.
Bye, everybody.